Today we're going over the top 5 things I learned in my first year and a half of gardening. Number 1, you are never completely prepared. I spent a lot of time doing the exact same thing you're doing right now. Watching YouTube videos, reading guides, getting prepared. Once I was in my growing season, I found there were a lot of things that I was not prepared for. Early gardening can be very reactive. Something will happen and you'll be there Googling silver bugs on my beans or posting pictures to a gardening Facebook group. There is an astounding amount of knowledge when it comes to gardening. There is no way that you can plan for everything. Number 2. Gardening is not as hard as I thought. I was remarkably more successful than I believed I was going to be. I had pest problems, I had timing problems, but in the end, I still ended up with a successful garden. Don't let doubt get the best of you. Know you are not going to get everything right the first time. Learn from your errors and relish in your successes. Don't let fear prevent you from gardening. Number 3. Gardening is very rewarding. Things like getting my first tomatoes, successfully starting my seeds, having my son pull peppers right off the plant and eat them when his diet consists of 97% hot dogs. All of these things were very rewarding, and I knew they would be. But the ones that surprised me were the accomplishments like defeating my cucumber beetle infestation, growing tomatoes to the top of their furring strips. Gardening is full of so many little milestones and accomplishments, it surprised me how much I got back from my gardening experience. Number 4. Gardening can get out of hand. This can happen in a couple of ways. The first way is the garden itself getting away from you. Garden burnout is a real thing, and if you don't tend to your tomato plants for a couple of weeks, all of a sudden you have tomato plants pulling out their supports and really taking over. The second way the garden can really get away from you is I now have 100 types of seeds for this coming year. I don't need nearly that many. I started 1 tray of seedlings, and it jumped up to 5 very quickly. Gardening is very addicting. If you're prone to overindulgence, it can get away from you quick. Number 5. There is no wrong way to garden. The Whiskey Tribe channel on YouTube gets asked a lot, what is the best whiskey? Their response is the best whiskey is the whiskey you like to drink the way you like to drink it. For gardening, the same applies. There are the plants you like to grow the way you like to grow them. That is part of the fun of gardening for me, is finding the best way of doing things for me. There are a lot of great YouTube channels telling you the best way to do things, but if that way doesn't work for you, then why do it? When it comes down to it, the best plants to grow are the plants you like to grow the way you like to grow them. Thank you for joining me today. Be sure to subscribe for more great videos at Paul Gardens.